What's up, guys? This is Logan Shinholster with Contractor Growth Network, and on today's episode, I'm going to be talking all about YouTube, right? But not really how we've been talking about it in the past. I'm going to talk about some of the ins and outs of YouTube and how you can actually apply this stuff to your business today. And even more importantly, who is YouTube really for? What kind of contractors does this make sense? Roofing? I don't know. Remodeling? Maybe. We're going to dive all through it and give you some really actionable takeaways to go from there. So here's where this is coming from. Video is, I've been talking about this so much recently, and there's a reason for it, because it's not going away, right? Unfortunately, or fortunately, you're gonna have to do it if you want to stay in business, okay? It's by the end of 2020, Cisco thinks it's gonna be 80% of the internet is going to be used to watch video. YouTube is gaining. Instagram stories, which are mainly video based, are gaining. I mean, all these different avenues of video is here to stay. But I got an email from a guy named Martin, who is a remodeler, and he listens to the podcast. So Martin, if you're out there, I appreciate the email, man. And what I want to talk to you all about is how he uses YouTube, because this is what he sent me, and then I checked it out, and then I even talked to him on the phone, and this is ingenious. Okay, so let me walk you through what he said. He said, he opens it up. I'm an avid listener to the podcast. Here's what he talks about. You advocate for YouTube, and I want to share with you what it does for my business. Last year we had a kitchen remodel project, two-room full gut renovation, moving new kitchen to the bigger room. We named it White Kitchen Project, which if you look at his YouTube, you'll see why he put that in there. My clients went on vacation to France the day we started the demo. So I posted daily update videos about the work progress and all the surprises we found. We would stay in touch over email. On 2 occasions, when a decision had to be made, I would post a video question and get the email the next day with the option they chose. They came back at the framing finished stage, and we kept posting the update videos to the end of the job, but not daily anymore. The lady told me it was perfect for her should she be home when we uncovered all the surprises and structural problems. She would be completely overwhelmed by panic. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible reader, so that's why it came off weird. Either way, if she was home and she saw all these structural issues at the end, she would be freaking out. But that wasn't the case. Being away helped her keep the distance and build a high level of trust between us. This year a lady emailed me that said she saw a kitchen in a different client's house and asked me for a meeting. It was an older project with an IKEA kitchen. I called her back to arrange a meeting and encouraged her to look at the same white kitchen project on YouTube. She emailed me back after a couple hours saying that she binge watched all the videos and that she knows that she's in good hands. And it changed the question from, are you going to be my contractor, to when do you have time to do this and how much is it going to cost? So let's talk about that idea and that email that Martin got. So let me explain to you what Martin does for his email. For his YouTube. So the long story short of this is he is a remodeling and renovation contractor. He has clients that go out of town during a project, right? If you're a remodeler, you know this stuff takes a little bit of time. Actually, if you're a contractor in general, you know this stuff takes some time. And it's as much of a pain in the butt for you to have the homeowners in the house as it is the homeowners to have you in the house, because they look at it as a war zone is in their house, and you're looking at it as this, hey, I can get the job done faster if we don't have to do all this extra setup to keep you in your home. But that's just the nature of it. So what Martin did was his clients actually went out of town, right? Went on vacation, and the whole time he's just shooting raw video at the end of the day just to show the update. And I watch these videos, and if you go onto his YouTube, which I will post that in the show notes, you can actually see what he's done. And it's quick. It's literally, he just holds his phone up, he spends about 90 seconds just showing you at the end of the day what got done, what happened, things like that. Now, that one is going to build trust with homeowners, because think about it, they just put a bunch of money in your hands to get their project done, and now they're out of town. It's like what first-time parents go through when they hire a babysitter, right? They're paying somebody who they may or may not know to watch one of their biggest prized possessions in life when they go out, to a show or whatever. And that's why a lot of times in movies and maybe even in real life, people leave and come home early because they freak out. Well, what he's done is he alleviates that because he's literally showing a progress video every single day of this project. It's not super edited. It's not super high quality. It's raw, but it shows that they're in good hands. And if there is any issues, they're in Europe, right? How is he going to contact this person to say, hey, how would you do this? Yes, you can do it by email, but think about it with video. It's so much easier via video to get this stuff done. So what he does is he records it, posts it up there, and he actually has a little playlist. And that way the person can go through and each day check that playlist again, and he's got another video. Well, on the flip side, it paints a story, right? Everybody with video, it's all about storytelling. If you can tell a story and show the whole scope of everything that you got going on, it's really going to help build trust with people. So with this next lady that emailed him saying, hey, I just want to, I want to see if you're the person for me. By him showing her this, it's not just the end video, it's not just the beginning video, it's literally just a day by day, which now this new lady, can put herself in the shoes of the customer, right? Because she's watching this and she's literally watching her potential kitchen being done. And it's brilliant because he doesn't do much. He doesn't do any editing. At the end, he ends up piecing it all together to make like a little 5-minute together montage video. But as it's going on, you don't need all that stuff, right? You just need to show the real life aspects of building a bathroom or a kitchen for somebody. So it's super easy, and it really helps with building trust with people, because what you're doing is you're taking them on, this is what it was like, this is what it would be like if we came into your house and did this, because everybody hates the unknown. Because people are so afraid of getting taken advantage of, they would rather do nothing about that kitchen or bathroom that they're frustrated with than do something and risk it going poorly. Okay? So you have to understand that. It's all about telling your story and showing people what their life is going to be like if they end up hiring you. So keep that in mind, because that's a really important aspect of all this. Now, that's how Martin does it on YouTube, where he makes it super basic and he sends that out there. Is this going to kill it as far as like the YouTube algorithm and getting found #1 in YouTube or Google? Probably not. Okay, because there's a lot of different things that need to happen on the back end of YouTube for it to be found #1, which I'm about to talk about in a second. But this is great where you're leveraging these projects that you've already done. And if somebody new comes in and says, hey, I want to talk to you about your kitchen remodeling, you can show them this. So because people, what they really want to know is, one, can you do my project for me? 2, how do you do that? So what's your process like? 3, how long is it going to take? And 4, what's it going to cost? Those are the big 4. And you can knock out this process by just showing them this video. So I can sit here and tell you all day long, oh, we're going to do this, 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 and this. Or I can say, hey, what if I just send you a playlist that shows an every single day update? It's going to take you about 15 minutes to watch it, but you'll actually see every aspect of the project, so you'll know exactly what you're about to get in your home, and you're done with that second part, which is what's the process look like. Okay? Leverage it, super easy. Now, that's how he uses it. Let's talk about YouTube as a whole. What's it good for? How long should the videos be? How to do all this stuff? Let's jump into that. So, first off, YouTube as a whole is great for both entertainment and education purposes. Here's what I mean by that. Social media, Facebook, things like that, those are really, really good for entertainment, right? How many times have you actually gone onto Facebook to learn something new? Like, nobody ever thinks, you know what, like, I want to learn how to change my oil. Let me hop on Facebook. It doesn't work like that. People go to YouTube expecting longer videos where they know that they're going to learn something new. And that's how YouTube is set up. It's like the role that it's taken on. Yes, if you can make this entertaining, it's going to be way better. But that's why, like with this podcast that we're doing right now, and we have it in video form, it's going to be posted mainly set up for YouTube, right? I can't post a 20, 30-minute video on Instagram. I can post it on YouTube, and people will actually watch the whole thing. but you can't do it on social media. So YouTube is really good for education side of things. So if you want to teach people stuff, which is very, very powerful for your business, because it shows, one, that you're the expert, but two, when people understand what it is that you're doing, it actually empowers them more. And since you're the one empowering them, you're the one that's going to get the business. So if you want to teach people every aspect of your business, what it is that you do, how do you actually patch a hole in the drywall, how do you actually paint these cabinets, you're going to show them everything that goes along with it, right? And if you're teaching them this stuff and they now know how to do it, you're the trusted advisor. So let's just take that cabinet painting example. Here's what I mean by that. A lot of contractors, a lot of people think, well, if I teach them how to do it, they're just going to do it themselves and then they're not going to hire me. Well, most of the people are going to do it themselves anyway, right? They don't need you to step in and show them how to paint their cabinets, because they're going to watch somebody else how to do it. Then they're going to go paint their own cabinets in their kitchen and they're going to mess them up. But if you can show them what exactly goes into painting their cabinets, most people are going to go, wow, that's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And they don't want to do it themselves anymore. They want to hire somebody to get it done, because they know if they hire somebody, it's going to get done correctly. So by teaching them how to do something, it's really going to set you apart as, one, the educator, and two, the person that they can trust, because they know that you know what you're talking about. So don't be afraid to teach people aspects of your business, because the more that you are teaching them stuff, the more that they're going to know, okay, this person actually knows what they're talking about. All right. So with that being said, what kind of industries is YouTube really good for? Well, all industries need to be having video, and they need to build the brand that way. It's especially important for less urgent, more, it's like the wants side of the industries, meaning nobody wants to reshingle their roof, right? Because it's like you don't really think about it, but as soon as it has to happen, you need to get it done. But a kitchen is something that you want, right? You want to have your kitchen redone. You don't need to have it redone. You're not going to die without it. But because this is a longer process of people buying from you, because it's not urgent, it's usually more expensive, things like that, they need to be constantly reminded about how great their life is going to be after they hire you. And the best way to do that is using YouTube. If you consistently show them project after project of these new homeowners, let's say, that just got a new outdoor kitchen put in their home, and you're showing video of the whole project, and then you're showing the after video, which is them enjoying it, how much more likely are they going to be to actually get that, the outdoor kitchen done at their home, right? This is what people actually want, is they want to see what their life is going to be like after they hire you. And if you think about it, if 100% of the time people thought that the ROI of hiring you was always going to be positive, whether it's ROI financially, ROI of happiness, then you're going to make every single sale. Okay? If they thought that the kitchen that they're about to, the outdoor kitchen that they're about to spend $30,000, $40,000 on is going to make their life that much better, like way better, they're going to hire you every single time. So that's what video does, is that shows you how to get that, is how to showcase to prospects, this is the value that I bring. This is why you're hiring me. You're not hiring me to put in a kitchen, you're hiring me for the after effect. And that is perfect for YouTube, because you can show longer videos about the whole process. You can show what life is going to be like afterwards, things like that. YouTube is awesome for that. Now let's talk about some of the technical aspects of YouTube. YouTube, again, is meant for longer segments. So it's getting longer and longer and longer. What we do and over here at Full Sail is we like to watch what some of the bigger names in YouTube are doing. How long are they actually putting videos out there? Meaning, how long are their videos? So if they're consistently putting out 6-minute long videos, then you know, because they have millions of subscribers, they probably know what they're doing. They probably have a team of people that monitors this stuff. Let's start shooting for 6-minute videos, because that's what people want. That's what the algorithm wants, things like that. But if you look at them right now, they're actually getting longer and longer videos. So they're actually shooting more for 20 or 30 minutes long, which is kind of a longer video. But here's what YouTube really wants as a whole. YouTube wants people to stay on their website. They want you to stay on YouTube. And the reason is because they show ads. The more that ads are being shown, the more money that YouTube makes. And the longer that somebody's on YouTube, the more ads are going to be shown. So I'll say that one more time. YouTube makes money off ads. The only way to get ads or money from ads is for people to watch them. And the only way to get people to watch them is to get people to stay on YouTube for a longer amount of time. So longer videos means longer time that people are going to be watching ads, which means the more money that YouTube is going to make. So don't you think YouTube wants to make more money? They do. So they want to show longer videos because now you can get more ads in there. So if you have longer videos that you can get people to sit there and watch, it's going to be better. Now, with that being said, you might be thinking, well, what's better? To have them watch 100% of a 5-minute video or 50% of a 20-minute video? It's the latter. It's better to get people to watch less amount of time of a longer video or less percentage of a longer video than it is a full video, right? The idea is to keep them on YouTube, all right? And specifically, if you can keep them on your own channel, it shows YouTube, hey, this is a great channel, all right? So your best bet is if you're thinking, well, I can really chop this thing down and make it 5 minutes, or I can expand this thing out and talk about it for 20 minutes, make it 20 minutes. Keep them on longer, but you have to also, you can't sacrifice quality. If you're just gonna go on like rambles about nothing, then people are gonna leave at the 4-minute mark, right? So if you have a 20-minute video and they leave at the 4-minute mark, that's not as good as a 5-minute video where they leave at the 5-minute mark. So make sure if you're going for longer videos, which you should be doing, they're also engaging. They also keep people around. So for us at Full Sail, we like to watch time. That's a big metric for us because we want to know how long are people going to be on our videos, on our channel, things like that, because that directly tells YouTube, hey, this is a good channel. So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is the thumbnail and the title. And here's what I mean. With thumbnails and titles, these are almost like your headlines. Imagine you go to like yahoo.com and you've got the different stories that has a small little thumbnail or a small little picture with a basic headline. And that whole job of the thumbnail and the headline is to work together to get you to click on that. The more you can get somebody to click on that, which is called the click-through rate, meaning how often, if they show it to 100 people, and 5 people end up clicking on your video, that's a click-through rate of 5%. The higher the click-through rate, the more that people are going to watch it, the more that YouTube wants to show your video because they're going to say, wow, a lot of people are clicking on this. So imagine if YouTube knows a lot of people are going to click on this video and then they're going to stay on YouTube for a very long time, they want to promote the hell out of that video that you've got. So a good headline is really going to be something that grabs the attention. Same with the thumbnail. The thumbnail needs to grab attention. If you're trying to show off a new kitchen remodel project, showing a very up-close version of like a kitchen cabinet is not going to excite anybody. But if you almost have like a side-by-side image of a before and after of the kitchen, that might get people excited. So the thumbnail really needs to be the hook, or imagine it's almost like a movie poster, right? What can you show on a movie poster that is gonna, as you're walking by to walk into the theater, is gonna get people to actually, go, wow, what movie is that all about? And then the title is generally what comes second, where you read, and that talks about what you're gonna be watching. So people most of the time are gonna look at the thumbnails first because they're gonna scan down the page because it's usually bigger, brighter. Your brain can process images 60,000 times faster than words. So make sure your thumbnail stands out. Little quick tip with the thumbnail, a lot of people like to make these all colorful, which are good to go. You want to stand out, so some of those colors are going to be more of like an orange. We use a lot of orange in our stuff. Red is also a good color to stand out, but the only problem is that YouTube's colors are black and red, so you almost blend in a little bit with YouTube. So try to stand out a little bit more. We use orange as our thumbnail just because that, or orange or yellow actually, but it's like an orangish yellow, like an orangina if you think about that. That will help you stand out. And then the title actually works together with the thumbnail. So together, you're gonna know exactly what you're about to watch. And then when you click on that and you get to the video, that's when, hopefully it's a longer video, it convinces you to sit there and watch or click through that video, and then you're gonna end up going through the whole video and checking that out. So YouTube's big on that. last aspect of YouTube is going to be what's called SEO, search engine optimization, or how to get your YouTube video found without sending people the direct link. All right, and this is where it gets kind of in the nitty gritty. This is where you get into stuff called tagging and adding in keyword heavy descriptions, things like that. The best thing that you can do is you can Google this stuff, but I'll just break down the real basics of it. So let's say you want to be found for kitchen remodel project. All right, well, first off, you need to have those words in the title of your video. So it needs to be talking about and you actually want it at the beginning of the title. So if it's kitchen remodel project, I would label it like kitchen remodel project hyphen, I don't know, Chicago, Illinois, home gets a makeover. Or some sort of hook at that point, something to kind of bring them in, but you want to have those keywords of whatever you want to be found for at the beginning of your title. And then in the description, you got the description below it where you can fill that thing out. The first 2 lines of that description are one of the most important aspects of it. Again, make sure the keywords are in that description. In the first 200 characters or the first 2 lines of that description. If you want to know more about all this YouTube stuff, if you just look up YouTube SEO or how to rank in YouTube, there's an awesome guy named Brian Dean, or Backlinko, that's his company name. He talks all about this stuff in depth and shows you this is exactly what you can do to 1, keep people on your YouTube channel longer, 2, how to get found on YouTube, 3, what kind of tags and how do you tag things like that. So there's tons of resources on it. If you really want to go big into the YouTube game, you can do it, but just know that YouTube is really, really big on now longer videos, getting people to stay on YouTube and on your channel a lot longer, getting people to click through your thumbnail and your title, things like that. So all in all, I hope that helps. I won't go into YouTube advertising because that's a whole different aspect of it, but if you want to start a YouTube channel, I highly, highly suggest it because video is everywhere and you really want to make sure that you're getting this thing done correctly because you could be spending all this time and energy putting out these videos and at the end of the day, you actually see nothing. All right, so make sure you're following along, doing some of the right stuff. And last but not least, building a YouTube channel takes a lot of time, okay? It's not like you're gonna put out 10 videos and then you're gonna all of a sudden get 100,000 subscribers or even 100 subscribers or even 10 subscribers. It takes time, let it build, and make sure when you put a video out there, you promote it. Post it on your Facebook, send it out to your email list. As long as it's providing value, people will hopefully see it, watch it, and subscribe to it, and you're good to go. So guys, if you like this, if you want to learn more about YouTube or anything like that, let me know. The best way to do that is either, the best way to do it is just drop a review below. If you don't mind, just subscribe to the podcast, drop a review, and let me know this was a good this was a good one, this was a bad one. I just want to know. I would love feedback. That would be great. So thanks for checking this out. YouTube really is, if you're rounding the bases and you have already hit home plate, meaning it's already done, YouTube is still at like first base, meaning there's a lot more out there. So don't think that you're too late. You just got to start putting video out there. Make sure it's longer and make sure you're doing the right stuff for tagging, and it's fun. It's educational. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you.